Welcome back. Welcome, everybody. Thanks to the Victory Monday Fan Club for leading the parade here at Sidecar Social. I'm Brad Sham with Nicole Hutchison. Apparently the traffic in the parking lot of the building is really heavy.
Pretty bad.
Because Jordan Lewis is still trying to wend his way into that. But we did save him a spot, so at least he won't have to drive around and find one. So why don't you tell people a little bit about what your game day is like?
It's different every game day, honestly. Home game days, I'll go to the stadium, and then I'll record my hits for the pregame live show, and then obviously sit through the game, take some notes because I have to produce my show for Monday during the day, Monday mornings, called Cowboys Flashback. Make sure to check it out on Valley Sports Southwest if you haven't, or also on Dallas Cowboys YouTube too. And I do my interviews post-game with some of the players that I obviously feel had a huge impact on the game, and then I work on producing my show. So that's pretty much my game days.
And what about for a road game?
Road games, I stay here. So in studio, I help out with the pregame show as well. I'll do my hits for pregame show with Kyle Yeomans, Nate Newton, Isaiah Stanback, and Barry Church. And then postgame, if I'm able to hop on Final Word, I'll hop on Final Word. But if not, I'll be pre-producing my Cowboys Flashback show on Monday.
Is that harder to do without having the opportunity to go into the locker room and talk to the guys right after the game?
A little bit, because you want to be able to have that one-on-one interaction and also that content for the shows. But typically I'll use the sound. Our production team does a really good job of making sure that they talk to all the guys in the locker room. So I get that sound well enough.
So how do you decide, Nicole, who you're going to talk to after a game?
Just depends. I know when Kevontae Turpin had a big game, I talked to him after that game. It really just depends on who has the best performance that day. So, for example, if I were to go and travel with you guys to New York on Thursday, I would have probably talked to Rico Dowdle just because obviously his first touchdown of the year, but he played an integral role in that run game finally, able to be established. So I would have talked to Rico there, or maybe even CD, just because of the week before, the issues that they had, and finally him and Dak got a chance to show that they were in sync. So really just depends on who has the best day.
And how about somebody like, and I'm saying this because I know how to, Amani Oruwariye? Save the game.
I know. I would have talked to him maybe as well. It just depends. I mean, on how the flow of the game worked. I probably would have talked to Amani as well, but it really just depends on also locker room availability. Some guys tend to just go and leave right after the game. You have some guys that stay, so really just depends.
Do you know then when a game is over how you want to structure what you want to do for the rest of the week?
Nope. Not at all. I just kind of go with the flow.
Do you just seriously make it up every day?
Literally make it up every day. But some things stay the same. Like Mondays, I have Cowboys Flashback, then we have Cowboys Hour, and then either Tuesdays or Wednesdays, I'll tape 5 points that goes on social, and then Thursdays and Fridays. Thursdays, I'm pre-producing Cowboys Rewind, which I tape on Fridays. So those things stay the same, but anything can happen at any moment, and I just have to be prepared.
Now, we've teased you a little bit over the last couple of years. You're a Houston girl.
I'm a Houston girlie.
Tell everybody how you got to DallasCowboys.com.
I started in Alexandria, Louisiana. I graduated May 2019 from Howard University, the illustrious Howard University, and got my first job in TV after interning with MLB Network that summer. Right after graduation, spent the time there for about a year and some change. Then I went to Lexington. Got to cover the Kentucky Wildcats for about a year.
That's an experience.
That was an experience, man. Because, I went to the LSU men's basketball games, but the arena and Lexington was absolutely amazing. Coach Calipari, amazing as well. That was such an experience. And I was there for about 2 years. And then Haley Sutton, shout out to her. She had the job before me, and she's now off doing great things at CBS Sports in Miami. And she called me up and was like, "Hey, girl, I'm leaving. Would you like to fill my shoes?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." So, yeah, that's how that worked.
Did you have any difficulty handling divided loyalties between the Texans and the Cowboys?
I did. I still struggle with it, but it's
Oh,
okay.
say more. Tell us everything.
I'm here to support the Cowboys, so that's all that matters.
But it's not in your heart.
It.
Come on.
I'm gonna get some hate for this one.
You gotta tell the truth.
It's not. But it's in my mom's heart. She grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan. We got Jourdan Lewis though here in the building, so we're gonna go ahead and
Boy, did you change the subject fast.
I had to shift it off of me. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. Jordan's gonna get his family settled out.
Absolutely.
We've got time for you to tell us how you have gone about putting your Houston loyalties on hold and faking being for Dallas.
Oh my! Faking is a stretch. It's not faking. I support this team, but I gotta go with what my roots are. My roots are Houston Texans. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one.
Well,
I can
don't
feel
know.
it.
Hate is such a strong word.
I can feel it.
How about a big round of applause for one of the outstanding Dallas Cowboys, Jourdan Lewis, ladies and gentlemen. One of my very favorites.
You're good. What up? What up?
That would be your headset microphone right there.
Sorry.
Good. And
No, you're good.
is it on?
Yep.
Yeah. No. Hi, J. Lou.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
Thanks for dropping by.
No problem. Sorry I'm late.
No, you're fine. We were actually just discussing how Nicole is a Houston girl who still has all her real loyalties to Houston teams and has to pretend.
Okay, that's a stretch. I didn't say pretend. I said I still support this team. However,
This team.
I'm sorry. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Right. I still support the Cowboys. However, I'm still a Houston girly. You know?
I feel it. I feel it.
What do you feel, Jourdan? What do you feel, Jourdan Lewis, when the Cowboys play the Detroit Lions?
I cut all ties.
Yeah, all ties.
Cut all ties. Yeah,
all ties.
Yeah, I'm a Mavs fan.
Are you seriously?
Yeah, I'm a Mavs fan. Mm-hmm. The Tigers, they doing well this year.
Oh, so now you're on there. You're wearing the cap.
Yeah, I'm wearing the English D. So other than that, no, Pistons not.
Were you a Lions fan growing up in Detroit?
No, I wasn't. I was a Michigan fan, Wolverine fan.
Well, that's college football. But
nope, that wasn't my team. That wasn't my team.
Who was your team?
I like the 49ers and the Ravens.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because?
So I think the 49ers, my dad liked the 49ers, and I liked the Ravens because of Ed Reed. So I wore number 20.
But when you came here, easy buy-in?
Absolutely. Yeah, everybody's better here. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the state of affairs right now.
Okay.
Big win. Congratulations on the win. You've dealt with a really nasty injury. It's part of your game. You all know it. You don't expect to see probably, I don't think you'll be mad at me for saying this, your two best defensive players go out for a prolonged period in the same game. You don't expect to see that.
Yeah.
What is that like for a player?
It's tough, and we knew it was gonna be tough because MetLife that field is bad. That turf is really bad. So I mean, a lot of guys came out with nicks and bruises, but our two best guys on the edge, got hurt the worst. So that doesn't help us. So it's tough, especially when you see them. I think it was damn near the same series that happened. So it was. I'm glad that Micah got up. I didn't even see D-Laws. So, I mean, I just saw Micah get up. I didn't even know D-Law was hurt until they said
he tried to go back in.
Yeah, yep.
Which is very D-Law.
Yeah, yep.
So when you realized that was in the second half, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it was probably the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So your game's in the balance. You can focus on this play and make sure we. And then what happens when you get on the plane and you're going home in the middle of the night and saying, we got to play without those two guys?
I don't know, man. It's just we haven't really game planned for the Steelers, but we know exactly what they want to do. So it's definitely going to be difficult without our two best guys on the edge and, just setting the tone up there. So we just got to find ways to, supplement their productivity, which is, you can't really do. But we got to find a way, honestly, because we know what the Steelers want to do in that running game.
Go ahead.
That was obviously the big talk today in locker room, and the number one question asked. And also, Diggy Zua had mentioned how he has still a lot of confidence in guys like Marshawn Nealon, Chauncey Goldston. Where's Carl Lawson? What's your confidence level in those guys?
That's the next guy up. I mean, we've had some injury bugs in our room from the last few years, so guys just stepped up. So it's just an opportunity for guys to, just show their talents and be able to go out there and execute at the highest level. And I feel like we coached up to do that, and we just got to go out there and show them.
You have a couple of injury bugs right in the game. You're already missing Jourdan Bland, and now young Mr. Carson couldn't play because he had a bad shoulder. And then you made you didn't. Coach Zimmer made a change at halftime.
Yeah.
And how about Oruwariye? How many guys on the team can say Oruwariye?
Oruwariye?
Yeah.
I think everybody, Brad.
Everybody can say it?
So.
Everybody's. All I'm hearing is OA.
OA?
No, nobody doesn't want to try.
Hey, but I mean, it's simple. I guess that's what he's been called. People see the syllables and they don't even try. But it's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
It's not as hard.
It's like Odiggy Zua. It's not that hard.
Yeah. See, when I see that one, that's kind of I'm like, what's up, Osa?
So what do you do? Halftime comes, and they told Oruwariye get in there. I mean, do you do anything to try to put him at ease? He's a veteran now. He's been around a while.
I know. I'm from Detroit. I'm familiar with his game.
Right.
When he was in Detroit, he had a season where he had 6 picks.
Right.
So I knew he was used to being a number one. He had experience being a number one corner. So stepping in and coming in and doing that job wasn't hard for him. It was just just getting reacquainted with going and having some live snaps in a real game. It's just it's like riding a bike after a while. Some people don't get back on that bike because it's kind of scary, but I mean once you get on it, it's easy. It's like I feel like he did a really good job.
You were one of the most vocal guys, which since I have been here, it's only been a year, and I have never seen you that vocal about a loss or frustrated about a loss. But seeing the way that you guys turned it around, paid attention to the details, and I think I counted. You said details like 14 times in that one locker room interview. Just how good did it feel to see your guys kind of bounce back from that loss?
Oh, it felt really well. It felt really good. Just understanding that we needed something to propel our defense, and that's what it was. Just being on the details and detail oriented. Understanding that it's nothing that Coach Zimmer can do or anybody can do that's gonna help us prepare to go out there and do our jobs and our techniques. We just gotta go out there and do it. And I feel like that was the most frustrating part of our performance the last 2 weeks. Was it wasn't nothing anybody could do but us go out there and execute. So it definitely felt good to stop the run one and go out there and get a win.
You had a couple of days now to regenerate physically after getting back. You're no 22-year-old.
No.
And you've had some bumps and bruises on that body. So when you get back at 4 a.m, get home probably 4:30.
Yeah.
How long does it take you now to recover from that?
I'm actually doing a better job since my injury. I eat way better. I go to sleep. I don't know if that's old age or just, because I need to, but I get sleepy earlier. So that helps a lot.
What time do you go to sleep?
Sometimes at 9:30 or 10. Here we go.
Oh
yeah, Brad. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I try to stay up for these late Monday and Thursday games, and I always miss them. But yeah, just getting sleep, that helps a lot, and just making sure I don't eat anything that inflames my foot. So. That helps.
I'm sorry, you don't eat anything that inflames your foot?
Yeah.
What would you eat that would inflame your foot?
Like fried stuff. I mean, every once in a while, but like just on a short week, you don't want to eat anything like that, or drinking anything, any type of sugar, anything with a high, sugar. I guess anything with anything like refined sugars, I try to stay away from.
All right, that makes sense. Yeah. All right, so now you're going. Back tomorrow's your day off. So you'll be back on the field and with the coaches on Wednesday, and you'll be focusing your attention. And once a couple of days goes by, you have another game plan, you focus on the next opponent. Is it easier then for all of the rest of you to say, look, Mike is not playing, D-Law's not playing, it's up to us, we'll, as opposed to saying, oh, man, what are we going to do without them guys?
Yeah, like we just got to prepare like we don't have them. And it's hard. It's hard to do. It's easier said than done. But that's just the reality of the situation. We got to go out there and play Cowboys football, and stay detailed, and not let those distractions or shortcomings. I feel like I would say just like derail our season or these few weeks we're without them.
How much did the win Thursday night burst the frustration bubble and let you breathe easier?
We can't look at it like that. It's a long season. We got to stay on, on our P's and Q's and understand that this is a long season. And, it's any given Sunday. Anybody can beat us. And, as a Dallas Cowboy, people have their target on our backs.
Did it at least give you guys just a little bit of confidence, though, being able to bounce back?
It felt good to know that we could stop the run. And when we do our jobs, it's not just helpless.
Yeah.
So just staying on that effort and understanding that we got to do that every single time we're out there on the field. That's the key. Just going out there and understanding we got to do that every single time we go out there.
Jourdan Lewis, our guest on the Cowboys Hour tonight. We are at Sidecar Social in Frisco, and we'll be right back.
Back to the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour Supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from Sidecar Social at the Star in Frisco.
All right, it's Victory Monday here at Sidecar for Cowboys Hour. Can we get some energy up in here? We got Jourdan Lewis here at Sidecar with us, Nicole, Hutchison, Brad, Sham, and this segment is brought to you by, give me a second.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. This is the problem with millennials who don't use paper. Everything's on the phone. And if the phone goes to sleep, she now has to open the phone to get to the script as opposed to a piece of paper, which I'd like to point out never sleeps. But
What?
never mind me.
You're giving me a lot of shade today, Brad. What's going on?
Well,
Like
just
it's about
trying
to die, too.
make conversation.
All right, this segment is brought to you by Lucchese. Stand tall while you're tailgating or cheering in the stands by the Dallas Cowboys. Collection by Lucchese. Shop the collection today at Lucchese's 6 DFW locations or online at lucchese.com. Lucchese, the official boot of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Jourdan Lewis, you got a foundation, Jourdan Lewis Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just, for those who don't know, for Cowboys Nation, can you just tell everybody what that is? What it's about?
It's a foundation for inner city youth. It's more so for football players, but it's more for like student athletes. But we have a football camp that we host every year, and I have a 7-on-7 team that I focus on and help with my one of my good friends. He kind of runs it. So I have a farm league of footballers.
And how long has it been around?
2 years. So we've been doing it for 2 years now. I've been associated with what it's called Total Coverage Academy, my 7-on-7 team. So I've been doing that for 2 years. But my football camp, I've been doing it since 2018.
All right.
Yeah.
And it also provides mentorship to the youth, right?
Absolutely.
Why is that so important for you?
Because I never really saw a lot of professional athletes in my vicinity, so I didn't know what it felt like to see or be inspired by a guy like me. So I felt like I knew once I got here that I wanted to be the person that I always wanted. So just being around the kids, doing whatever I can, training with them, whatever type of advice I can give them, it's invaluable to them because I knew it would have been invaluable to me at that age.
How do you see them reacting?
They play it cool. The social media age, you gotta seem cooler than everybody. So they seem cool, but you can tell when they there, you can feel their hearts beating and they kind of shaking and stuff. So it's cool to be around them and see the reactions they get and the questions that I get from them. So it's really good to be around them. And they keep me young because Nicole just called me 30. She referred me as 30.
You know what? Crazy. I'm just gonna sit this one out. My bad.
No, you're not. But let me just tell you. There are a lot worse things you can be called than 30.
You're right. Absolutely right. You're right. You're absolutely right. But that's experience, Brad. We got experience.
We do. And yours, we've had this conversation before, but I like for people to hear it. You were an All-American at Michigan, third-round pick. When you came into the league, when you came to the Dallas Cowboys 2017, What was your expectation? Here I go. Were you mad not to have been picked earlier?
Yeah, but I knew I wasn't gonna go earlier because I kind of got into some legal trouble. But I knew that it would be later than the first round, but I didn't know it was gonna be third. So I was kind of upset. But I just felt like it was a new opportunity to show who I was, but I didn't know exactly how the politics worked as far as first, second, third, and all of the draft picks and, who they liked and different things like that. So it took me a while to understand, how to be a professional athlete and how to, I feel like, conduct yourself, especially as a Dallas Cowboy.
And I would say, first of all, there's a third-round pick's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. And as I gain experience, I know, like, that's – third-round pick is a pretty high draft pick. So,
but when you came in and you're a third-round pick instead of a second-round pick, which is probably as low as you expected to go, right?
Yeah.
Did you have a chip on your shoulder?
Absolutely. I was extremely angry, and I wanted to hit somebody. And
do you still have it?
Yes, absolutely. And that just comes with. I feel like every year the draft comes, and it reignites that fire I had in myself to see like, okay, this guy is all hyped up, and I'm not supposed to be telling these different secrets and stuff like that, but I definitely as an athlete I have that chip.
I'm interested in that because I'm always fascinated by how many guys either have a reason to have that chip coming in or maybe manufacture one, and they carry it forever. The best example I can think of is Orlando Scandrick.
Yeah.
He was your teammate.
Yeah.
Now, he was a 6th-round pick, I think.
He was real salty.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
he was salty all the time.
Yeah.
Love the guy, but he was salty all the time, and he made no bones about the fact that he thought he was better than a 6th-round pick, and so he was going to keep that chip on his shoulder the entire time, and it helped make him a Pro Bowl player and probably kept him in the league as long as. Would you agree with that?
I would. I definitely agree with that, man. Just seeing the way he approached the game and, seeing how angry he was every day at, the offense, just our offense, anybody's offense. He was trying to get after him. So just the way he prepared, he was extremely smart, instinctual, and just a really, I feel like, tough guy, and he was competitive. So, I mean, like, that's something I saw, and I'm like, why are you this angry? And as time went on, I'm like, Jesus, I understand it. I understand it because it definitely it helps you with that competitive edge, and it keeps you, engaged and keeps that fire keep going as a professional athlete, because it's easy to get complacent, with the money and everything that it comes with, especially a Dallas Cowboy. But that fire keeps me going.
Do you feel like that chip on your shoulder for you, which was kind of a little different because, in high school you mentioned to me that you had always battled being undersized. And that kind of negated your playing time coming into the Dallas Cowboys and then battling injuries as well. Do you feel like that chip on your shoulder has kind of helped you throughout your career and honestly like added more time to you being here in the career?
It has, honestly. Just keeping that edge and just understanding like you gotta compete with the best every single time you step out there. That gave me that edge to know like this is what it takes. You know what I mean? You have to train for the best. You have to just work and manifest it and have a mindset of you're gonna go out there and dominate no matter what. So just having that edge, it kept me in the league, and it definitely helped me till this point.
How is Al Harris, because something that I remember Kalen Carson talking about is the fact that Al has instilled so much confidence in him since he got here. How much you've kind of had to go through different coordinators and things like that, but how much has Al Harris, I guess, added to your confidence now that you are, what is this, year 8? 8 for you? How has he continued to build your confidence?
It's like it's crazy to say. It's like plug and play, and his the things that he does for the cornerbacks, and the different types of reads that he can he gets us to see out there. It's definitely to our advantage to go out there and be aggressive. So as you can see, he has guys. He picks guys 5th round, 6th round, and he go out there and they perform like Pro Bowlers. So just his system of doing things, the way he's a technician, it definitely helped us go out there and perform to our best ability.
How many DB coaches have you had since you've been here? Because Al came in 20, right?
Yeah.
What is it, 2? 3?
I think 4.
Yeah. So, did you know who Al Harris was?
Yes. Yeah, I knew who Al Harris was.
You'd be surprised how many young players.
I'm experienced, bro. We just talked about it.
That doesn't mean you were experienced. You were 3 years in the league when he got here.
No, I watched football. I was old enough. I was experienced enough to see him play football.
Are you surprised when you come across a teammate who is not a football fan and doesn't watch football?
And like that's probably the old in me. I just get angry. I'm like, why do you not know this person? Like, why are you not watching football?
Oh, I had that conversation with a young reporter today. I won't say his name. And
he didn't know who Al was?
No. But he didn't know who Nick – he'd never heard of Nick Buoniconti.
Really?
You ever heard of Nick Buoniconti?
I'm not that old.
So this is what I said to him. I understand. Very few people are. I am.
Okay.
But Nick Buoniconti was the middle linebacker on the Miami Dolphins' unbeaten team.
Oh, okay, like 73. See, I know teams and stuff. I don't know. I know Larry Zonka.
Same team?
Larry Zonka,
Okay,
yep.
that's what he said. He knew Zonka and Kick. I said, well, look, I understand you weren't around to watch them. I get it. They're the last unbeaten team in the NFL. If you're covering the league, you ought to be able to recite their starting lineups that year.
Was that 73?
I think it was 73, yeah,
Okay.
72 or 73.
Okay.
But it's the same. So Al was a guy who was such a tremendous player.
Yes.
How does he bring that into something so relatable for all of you that makes you better players?
He understands what he's looking at, and he understands, the different things that the offense wants to do, especially receivers, how they want to attack us. And, I mean, it hasn't varied that much since he's been, a coach. So just understanding the field of the game that he has and, how he played it, just trying to get that to his players. And, I mean, he's done a fantastic job since he's been in the league. He's had countless all-pros, and he's gotten people paid all throughout the league. So it's proven. His methods are proven.
So when I watch you and when I think of you as a player, the things that come immediately in my mind are your toughness and your feistiness, because you play bigger than you are. Were you that way in 2017, do you think?
Yeah, I was. I just didn't know what I was doing. I was just running the gun. I was just young and, was just full of energy. So I wanted to go out there and play, and I didn't really understand, the NFL game how I understand it now. So I was just going out there trying to make plays and just trying to get on SportsCenter every time I could. But, that's not what NFL is. And it's about the details.
When did you learn about the details?
My third year. So going into my third year, I understood. I'm like, I feel like, Chris Richard, so he sat me down and he showed me how to play nickel. He showed me some of the snaps I had at nickel and how I was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I had no idea what was going on. And he showed me, and I'm like, oh, I'm just running around. So I had to understand, the different types of schemes and, how we wanted to attack offenses and, how did cover 4 and cover 3 worked, and so I had to learn that, sit down and get in my book, and I had to learn run fits. I had to learn concepts that the opposing team wanted to do against us. So that helped me like a tremendous bit. So just understanding how to play football at this level. So I feel like sitting down my second year kind of helped me. And he kind of humbled me.
You didn't like it at the time.
No, I didn't, but I needed it. I needed it to understand how to play this game at a very high level.
Has that helped you as a father?
Absolutely. And that's why I get so mad when I see guys just going out there just running around, because, I mean, you can't do that in the real world. Your children are watching you. They have to be, it has to be a system to the madness if you do have a system. So that's the key thing I want guys to understand is this is not just a sport. It's a way of life, and you should live like how you play football.
How has being a father changed your outlook on life and how you approach life?
So it helped me a lot. So, all of that anger and, all that pain that I felt coming into the league, that helped me thrive. I feel like my family kind of flipped it, and now I'm kind of motivated off of love. Well, not kind of. I am motivated off of love and want to see them thrive. So, when I see my kids, my wife happy and doing well and in a position to be successful, I know that is kind of, I got related to, how I play on the field and how well I'm playing and how successful I am, we're year in and year out. Just keep playing this football game. So.
And happy anniversary as well.
Thank
I
you
saw it was
so
y'all's
much. I appreciate it.
anniversary.
Today?
No, 2 days ago.
All right. Well, happy anniversary. See, this is why we love Jourdan Lewis. This is why we love the human being that Jourdan Lewis is. We're going to take our last break, come back, get questions for Jourdan from the audience at Sidecar Social. We'll be right back on the Cowboys Hour.
Back to the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from Sidecar Social at the Star in Frisco.
And welcome back, Brad Sham and Nicole Hutchison. Our very special guest is Cowboys cornerback Jourdan Lewis. We were just talking about just seeing the news of the passing of Pete Rose, baseball's all-time hit leader. Big surprise, so that got us talking. You're a baseball fan too, right?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
And the very first thing that Jourdan said was, will they put him in the Hall of Fame? And so you said you thought that was not right, that he was not in the Hall of Fame because.
I mean, betting is. I don't think that it should change what he did. It didn't affect the way he played. So I feel like that's all the reason to put him in. I could see if he was doing steroids, even though everybody was doing steroids. But I don't think that's a reason not to put him in the Hall of Fame.
So I would say this because I've changed my thinking about this. The professional team sports, any team sport, high school, college, without the integrity of the outcome, there's nothing. Mm-hmm. If people think that the game is rigged coming in, then why would I give you my time? Right? You agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. So he, as the manager of a team, is placing bets on games that his team is participating in. That's as wrong as you can get other than, like, shaving points.
Yeah. As a manager.
And for a long time, I thought that was a disqualifier. And over time, I came to think, you know what? You can put a designation on the plaque or anything else, but the guy had more hits. He wasn't just pretty good.
Yeah,
he had more hits than anybody in the history of the game. That guy probably needs to be in the Hall of Fame. So I would say yes. And then you just said, who'd you ask me about?
Barry Bonds.
And what would you say about Barry Bonds?
Absolutely.
Well, what about the steroids?
Pre-steroids, did you see his stats?
Yes, and that's why I think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. If you just look at Barry Bonds' statistics in Pittsburgh before he bulked up, those are Hall of Fame qualifiers.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. What do you think?
I'm sitting this one out.
That one I'm going to let you sit out. All right.
Because we know what Houston does.
Please.
Yes, thank you.
I'm sitting this one out.
Thank you. No, don't you block our dap. All right, Corey, go ahead.
Hey, Jourdan. My name is Corey. My question is, from your rookie year till now, where do you feel like you improved the most in your game?
Just thinking the game, honestly, and making sure my body is right to be out there and perform to my highest ability, to my best ability. So, honestly, just studying the game and understanding how offenses want to attack me, it helped me play a tick faster.
I don't want to. Oh, go ahead. Let's take another one right here.
All right, Jourdan, Larry from McKinney.
What's going on, Larry?
What is your personal thing? And I understand if you can't answer that, but how do you feel about Stephen A. Smith talking about his fans like that?
Look, I've said a few choice things about Stephen A., but I feel like that's just his brand, honestly, and that's what makes him money. That's what makes ESPN money. So, hey, go do your thing.
Well, he's bringing us attention.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm setting that one out.
Yeah.
I don't want the time to get away without you talking about coming back from the foot injury at 22. Is that right?
Yeah.
Almost ended your career, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people have a proper appreciation for how dire an injury that was and how hard you had to work to come back from it, which is why your teammates voted you the Ed Block Courage Award, which is about the best honor teammates can give a player who's had an injury. What were you thinking when you had the injury and you found out how bad it was? What were you thinking, and what did you have to go through to get back?
Yeah, so I knew it was going to be a grueling process. I knew that was going to be hard. People were telling me this is worse than the ACL, all of this stuff, and I'm just like, please stop telling me this type of stuff. Like, it's not helping me. So, honestly, just blocking out the negativity, and understanding that we just had to do the work. So, day by day, step by step, it was hard. And my wife could attest to it. It was definitely one of the more challenging times, but just had to just work. Honestly, it was never a point in our time where me, Britt, my wife, anybody thought that I was gonna retire. We just knew that it was gonna be a lot of work ahead of us, and we did everything we could to get back on the field. So and that just sacrificing different things and different types of foods and sleeping at 9:30. So it was just all about want to. And like I said, the love I have for the game, the love I have for my family, make sure that they were secure in life.
What were some of those days like for you?
As far as you want to like just a rundown
Yep.
or just
These were broken bones in your foot.
Yeah, so it was everything. It was broken bones, ligaments torn. So the nerves, it was really like the nerve pain, like the nerve damage that I had. It was just shooting up my leg, and it would be searing pain. So if I wasn't on some of the medication, once that wore off, it was a long night. So we just tried to supplement that as much as possible, find different ways to ease the pain. But I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So it was hard. I was sweating in and out.
And nowhere in there did you think I'll never come back from this?
No, I'm just like, Jesus, what the heck? What did I do to deserve this? But it was just something I had to go through. I understood that I had to do it. If I loved the game, how I said I loved the game, I had to do it. So it was maybe delusion or just outright just stupidity. But I knew I was gonna come back and play football.
It looks like it actually increased your love of the game.
Yeah, it did, honestly, because I had to sacrifice so much, when I was coming back from it, when I could actually walk and things like that, I couldn't eat certain foods because it'll blow up and it'll swell, and I couldn't walk, and it was terrible. So I had to sacrifice some stuff. So that's why I see it as a blessing, because it helped me. It helped me be a better player, be a better person, and just understand what I could do and what I couldn't do, and be more disciplined in that.
Would you differ with me if I said you've been the best player of your career the last 2 years?
No, actually since 2021, I feel like I've been the best, honestly. So that's when the game kind of slowed down for me, and my skills and my mind, kind of.
Which is
feel like caught up
when you started working with Al.
Mm-hmm.
20
exactly.
but,
So
yeah.
21, I had the most picks I had in the season. I had 3, and the most pass breakups, fumble, all of that stuff. I had all of I had a lot of career highs. 21. So 22, I thought I was gonna have a amazing season. So kind of sucked that it ended how it sucked. It ended. So and then DB emerged and had all the picks at the spot that I thought I had all the picks. But it's all God's timing though. Without that injury, I don't think DB would have saw a lot of time, and been the All-Pro guy that he would have been that year and propelled him to that next level. So I just feel like everything happens for a reason.
When you step on the field, do you ever kind of worry that you could get injured again? I know sometimes
Absolutely.
athletes,
I mean,
have
a
that hesitation.
lot of guys say they don't
Yeah.
think about it, but I can guarantee you that I do. Not even stepping on the field, if we're traveling, having a long travel, just thinking about like, dang, we going to MetLife, and you know how MetLife is. So I mean, it's tough thinking about the surfaces that I have to play on, different things like that. So like I said, like I try to block out the negativity, but I mean, it's always moments where you like, dang, what if? But once I hit the field, I don't worry about it.
Well, we've only got about a minute and a half left. Some of you're talking about the picks and fumble recoveries, and anybody who watches you understands that some of your biggest contributions come on plays where you tackled a guy, but he didn't get a first down, or you broke up a pass, and I can't even count the number of times that you have made huge contributions for this team. And so very quickly, in about 30 seconds, you've never played in Pittsburgh.
Never.
What do you do to prepare yourself for that field?
You just gotta visualize it. Just understand like it's gonna be a hostile environment, and just know what type of team you're going up against. And honestly, just as early as I can get out on that field and feel the ground and see the fans, yeah, that helps a lot.
This is a special young man, Jourdan Lewis. Cowboys are lucky to have him. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate you being with us.
Thank you.
Nicole and I will be back
You're the
next Monday night, even though we'll get back at 4 in the morning again on Monday, but we'll be back here next Monday night, and we hope you'll join us at Sidecar Social in Frisco on the Cowboys Hour.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?